Educational Communications and this station present Environmental Directions with Nancy Pearlman. On this series, we explore the effects of human influence on the Earth's ecosystems and discuss solutions to environmental problems which affect the quality of life on this planet. Environmental Directions gives you the kind of information you need to help you participate in decisions impacting your community, the nation, and the world. Now, here's your host, Nancy Pearlman.
Hello. We are going to be talking about non-toxic personal care products, especially shea butter creams, moisturizers for the skin, and also for hair care, with my guest, Jacqueline Jones. She is CEO of Crystal Akage Skin and Hair Care. She was formerly an IT consultant and a cost budget analyst. She has received many honors and resolutions recognizing her work, especially operating a soup kitchen at her own expense for 8 years. She received an Employee Suggestion Award for saving a healthcare company based in Michigan, saving them $100,000 annually on printing costs. And she has numerous community service awards for outstanding service. She is also a member of Supplier Gateway and the organization Women-Owned Small Business, and especially their Women Business Enterprise National Council. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
You have created a fantastic line of skincare products that I have tested, and they are wonderful. And what's amazing is I can't decide which of your 25 fragrances I like the most. Tell us what shea butter is and how you get that and how you create the different fragrances.
Years ago, I realized that in this country we have a problem with men and women loving each other, and so I wanted to create fragrances that not only smell good, but made people get into touching each other and having a discussion about what they like and dislike from a friendly standpoint. So I came up with 25 different fragrances of whipped shea butter, and whipped shea butter comes from a nut that is grown in Ghana, Africa. Once we receive that information, we work in concert with a chemist to develop these fragrances. In addition to that, I have a joint massage cream, which is awesome. All of these products are organic with no harsh chemicals, and they meet the FDA standards. And with that being said, we have a body moisturizer for people with serious skin problems. We have a leave-in hair conditioner, a hair growth cream, and a hair thickening oil, because over the period of years, I was diagnosed with alopecia. And for those who are not familiar, alopecia comes about as a result of complete hair loss. And I tried many over-the-counter products, and they did not work. I went to 7 or 8 dermatologists and received injections in my head. It didn't work. And so I just had an epiphany one day to start creating my own skin and hair care products. I have, and currently I'm 77, but I don't look that old because I create a moisturizer for the face that helps alleviate wrinkles around the mouth and crow's feet around the eyes. And then I have moisturizer for people that smoke, because smoking really dries out the skin real bad. And so as people smoke, the longer they smoke, more they look older than they really are. So that is a very, very good cream. And then I have a moisturizer for people that have extremely dry skin. And then the last moisturizer I have, or the whipped shea butter, see, a lot of people don't know this. You can actually eat and cook with raw shea butter. And the raw shea butter helps reduce the appearance of parasites in your body. It'll help alleviate that, but it also keeps the body hydrated throughout the day. So I enjoy making these products in concert with a licensed chemist. In addition, I have a contract manufacturer because the products are sold in several retail stores, and once the products are sold in the store, I can no longer make them. I had to have a licensed chemist or a contract manufacturer, and I have both.
I can attest to the fact that my skin feels fantastic all day long. I don't have to constantly be putting it on. It lasts, and it is wonderful to enjoy and to feel. Your raw material comes from many different farms. The shea butter comes from Ghana in Africa.
Right.
Have you ever gone over there and taken them your finished product, and how do they respond?
No, I haven't gone, but I plan on going this year because that's what we're going to Weedo in November. I'm signing up with them, and we're going to start doing import-export. And so they have countries that we will be able to sell to and those that we cannot sell to. But Ghana is one that we can sell to. And because they do not have access to all of the ingredients that we have here, I'm sure that's going to be a hit there.
Have you gone to the agricultural fields here in the United States that provide products?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, we went to Las Vegas Marketplace. We do that twice a year, and we go to Chicago. And then we have quite a few environmental farms here that we make sure that some of the stuff that we work with is organic and is locally grown. Because usually if it's not locally grown, they put pesticides and other chemicals in it to maintain or extend the life of the ingredients, and we really don't want that. We really, truly don't.
It must be important to be sure that the people putting these products together have the appropriate degrees. What kind of chemist do you hire?
I have a chemist that has her own lab, and plus she works with several companies at the present time, but she has a master's in chemistry, and I have a master's in administration, so that's how it was easy for us to communicate, because I did the administrative part of giving her the information that she needed to put my formulations together. So we work well together.
I'm curious how you can verify that the raw material is organic, because in the United States, we do have organic certification, but you said you obtained some of the raw material in Ghana. Do they have a certification program? Do you manufacture it there, or do you bring the raw material over, and how do you put it together?
The raw materials are purchased from Ghana shea butter only. The other ingredients that goes into developing the products are made here in the United States, and the chemist is responsible for ordering those ingredients that we include in our products. And she's been pretty good. She and I have worked together for 6 years now developing these products, and initially the joint massage cream had a few ingredients in there that the FDA classified as drugs, and so we had to remove those. So she monitors, and before we sign off on the final formulation, she had to go through and make sure through a testing process through the FDA that everything that we have in our products, especially that joint massage cream, meets the FDA standards.
Your products are made without water, alcohol, fillers, GMOs, or other toxic chemicals. I'm looking at the simplicity of the shea butter cream, and it simply says the ingredients are shea butter, coconut oil, sweet almond or olive oil, essential oils. Very simple. The moisturizer does have a few more complicated terms, but it's still basically the oil, the butter, and the fragrance. How do you get the fragrance? Do you get organic flowers and break it down, or how do you do it?
We actually buy the fragrances from our contract manufacturer who produces all of their essential oils in Chicago, and then we have a contract with them to do our oils based on our specifications. And so, for example, one of the fragrances I have is called Blooming. Well, that is called flower from them, and they actually take several purple flowers and crumble those up and then mix them to make an essential oil. And then once they complete that, then they send it to me, and I put the name of Blooming on there, because I can't really use their name because they selling their own products under those names. And so I just buy the essential oil, and then the chemist is responsible for mixing the formulation together and giving me the completed product.
You're making this in the United States, and are you careful to be sure that the facility is not polluting the land, the air, the water, and everybody's getting a fair salary and putting it together?
Oh, definitely. The chemist is responsible for that, and she has her own lab which has to meet certain certifications. The FDA kind of give you a list based on what you're putting together, what you should have posted in your facility, the various certifications. So I checked that out before I even contracted with her almost 4 years ago, and she has been on target when things changes or requirements from the FDA. Then she notifies me, and then we make the appropriate adjustments.
Many women are starting their own companies. I'm finding that there's a lot of competition now. Many people are coming out with with healthier products, but it's hard for you to compete in the market because people want the cheap products that they can find by the big companies. How do they get your product?
When people compare my products to Jergens and other companies and they say their products are similar, their products are not similar because most of your big brand names, they use water and alcohol in their products in order to stretch the products out. So what that does is dry your skin out quicker so you're using it more. My product is designed without all of those chemicals in it for that reason. My product may last up to 45 months, but when you buy the product from other companies off the shelf, know that it contains a lot of water and alcohol. That's going to be your top ingredients usually, and then they'll start listing some of the other ingredients that they may have. So I haven't had that problem with people complaining about the product. Now the stores complain about the product because they want me to put it in a smaller container. Therefore, they can order it more and then they can make more money. But I am determined to keep the size of the product because I believe in giving the customer what they pay for and not watering down any of the ingredients in order for it to get a bigger profit.
Does it make a difference what color skin you have?
No, it doesn't. I have babies. I have all nationalities using my product because people's skin type is different. What I do, I take it on vacation to Puerto Vallarta every year. I have a timeshare over there, so I take that body moisturizer with me and I sell it there because the people, they use the other suntan lotions that dry out the skin. They don't last and then they burn. They could put that body moisturizer Total Care on and they could sit out in the sun all day. They're going to get an even tan and it won't burn nor will they peel. Now the FDA wanted me to have the chemist go through and determine whether or not it was pH 35, 45 and all of that. And so I couldn't say that it's a body moisturizer or sunscreen on there. But when I'm there in Mexico, when I sell it and they buy it, they come back and want to know that I have an extra dry because they did. You sit out in the sun all day and you don't burn because shea butter is thick. And so some people don't like to feel greasy, but you don't feel greasy using this product.
You have products for the hair, for the skin. Are you going to expand with other kinds of products?
Yes, I plan to do a shampoo this year. The chemist is working on a combination ingredients I asked her to prepare and let me test. And usually I have a test group of about 5 to 10 people. And after they test the product, they write up a review, be it good or bad. And then we make our changes before we come up with the final formulation based on the feedback that we receive. And then I want to do a face mask that is made out of vitamin E and turmeric because that helps restore. A lot of times as you get older, your skin will start getting discoloration. And so I've been testing that for the last year on my skin. And I see that my skin is getting brighter and maintaining a more youthful look. So I plan on putting that into production and then doing a foot mask. I have one already, but I want to elevate that to a different level. Men usually don't use it, and they really should because a lot of their feet feel like alligators.
Can people go to your website and order these products? Your website is the name of your company. You have to tell us how you came up with that name.
I came up with Crystal, especially Acajay, and I got a trademark because in the past I had several businesses called Crystal Consulting Company, Crystal Concierge Service, and I had other people steal the name, so I needed to get something that was unique that I know I needed to get a trademark on. Even though it doesn't make a difference with the trademark, I have had 2 companies reach out to me and try to set up extensions, and I had to hire an attorney to stop that. So I came up with a unique name, and I was able to get a trademark on Crystal Acajay because no one was using that, and Acajay is that Jackie spelled backwards. I wanted to sell something unique.
What is the website?
www.crystalacajay.com, and that is spelled CRYSTALEIKCAJ.com.
What I think is so important is that not only are you providing a product that is so useful to maintain our skin health, but you have also been involved in other volunteer your work. Can you explain some of the organizations and the community service that you have been engaged in?
Oh, yes. Years ago, when the stock market had crashed, when the unemployment rate was high, and I was still working, and God just put it on my heart to open up a soup kitchen. And so I ran that from 8 to 10 years until I switched jobs, and I had to be on the road all the time, so I had to close it down. Then I worked with the Angel Tree program, which is a program that's near and dear to my heart, where the parent, one or either both of the parents are incarcerated. So we try to buy clothes for the kids and a toy each year that really keep them going. And we don't try to replace their parent, but we want to make sure that all kids have a Christmas. Now I'm working with a diabetic prevention program, and I volunteer for Forgotten Harvest and a couple of other food organizations trying to make sure that people don't go hungry or go without food. And I enjoy doing community service work because when you give back, God always bless you.
It's so wonderful that you care about people in so many different ways, giving of your time, your service, helping people out, and creating products that are so useful to us. I have so much enjoyed testing these out and can definitely vouch for the wonderful results on my skin. Thank you so very much for your good work. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you so much.
I have been speaking with Jacqueline Jones, who is the CEO of Crystal Akajay Skin and Hair Care. I'm Nancy Pearlman. Thank you very much for joining us, and do tune in again next week.
If you would like free information about these environmental issues, go to www.ecoprojects.org or call 310-559-9160. Environmental Directions with your host, Nancy Pearlman, is a community affairs program of the nonprofit organization Educational Communications and this station.